Dear students, welcome back. In the previous session, we have discussed about physiological effects of Faradic type of current. Now, in this session, we are going to discuss about the therapeutic effects of Faradic type of currents. So, what are the main effects of therapeutic effects of Faradic type of current? Or one is the facilitation of muscle contraction, re-education of the muscle action, and training a new muscle action, and also neuropraxia of a motor nerve. What is the therapeutic effect? And if a motor nerve is severely injured, that is neuropraxia, as well as neurotemesis and axonotemesis. What is the effect of this Faradic type of current? And also it also improved venous and lymphatic drainage, and it also prevent and loosening of adhesions. Now first we will see the facilitation of muscle contraction. When a patient is unable to produce a muscle contraction or finds difficulty in doing so, then electrical stimulation may be of use in assisting voluntary contraction. Okay, so how a muscle contraction is going to take place means a muscle contraction is the result of complex integration of the neuronal circuits, both at spinal level as well as the cortex level. Okay, so normally the events which are taking place here are excitation of small motor efferent fibers, which causes contraction of intrafusal muscle fibers. Here you can find the intrafusal muscle fibers as well as the small fusiform here, this efferent fibers. Here you can find the fusiform motor fibers. Okay, and stretching of muscle spindle. So this is the muscle spindle, stretching of the muscle spindle, which stimulates the primary nerve endings. Here you can find the primary nerve endings, and therefore sends information to the large anterior horn cells, causing the excitation of the extrafusal muscle fibers. Inhibition of the anterior horn cells supplying the antagonistic muscle group. So here you can see the flow chart of this facilitation of muscle contraction. First, excitation of small efferent fibers, normally gamma fibers. Contraction of intrafusal muscle fiber, that is muscle protein contracts. Stimulation of primary nerve ending. Impulses are taken by the primary first efferent to the dorsal horn, which send information to the large anterior horn cell. Impulses are taken through the alpha motor neuron, and which leads to the contraction of extrafusal fibers. At the same time, the inhibition of anterior horn cells supplying the antagonist. That means here agonists are going to contract all this process. At the same time, the anterior horn cell is also giving some inhibitory impulses to the antagonist. Okay, this is the sequence of facilitation of muscle contraction. Okay, now next one is the re-education of the muscle action. So inability to contract a muscle voluntarily may be the result of prolonged disuse, as in the intrinsic foot muscles in long standing flat foot, or of incorrect use, as with the abductor hallucis in hallux valgus. So in these circumstances, Faradic stimulation may be used to produce contractions and so help to restore the sense of movement. So that means what, here we are re-educating those unused muscles by giving the stimulation. So the brain appreciates movements, not muscle actions. So the current should be applied in such a way that it causes the movement to that patient who is unable to perform such kinds of actions. Active contraction should be attempted at the same time as the electrical stimulation. The treatment being a preliminary to active exercise. Okay, once the person is able to do actively, then we have to encourage the patient to do active only. Okay, it will be probably take longer to establish a voluntary contraction than in those cases where inhibition is due to pain or injury. But once a satisfactory contraction can be performed, electrical stimulation should be discontinued. Okay, next therapeutic effect is training a new muscle action. So in some conditions, we can see some tendon transplantations or other reconstruction operations. A muscle may be required to perform different actions from that which it is previously carried out. So a new movement pattern has to be established. So the muscle is stimulated with the Faradic type of current so that its new action is performed. And the patient must concentrate on the movement and attempt to assist with voluntary contractions. In this way, the new muscle action may be taught, although it will take longer to achieve this than to re-educate the muscle action, which the muscle has previously performed. Okay, yes. Next therapeutic effect we can see, that is in neuroproxia. So this is the normal neuron, this is the neuroproxia, that is compression of the nerve is taking place. So in this case, impulses from the brain unable to pass the site of the lesion to reach the muscle separated by the affected nerve. So voluntary power is reduced. Here the nerve impulse will not carried out. It will stop at this level. It will not move after this thing. So then what happens? So voluntary power is reduced or lost, which results in muscle wasting. So the muscle will not get any supply, so the muscle is going to wasted. So that means it becomes a lean muscle or thin. So there is no degeneration of nerve in case of neuroproxia, so that if it is stimulated with Faradism below the site of lesion, so this one is going to stimulate below the level of lesion, then at this level it is carried to the muscle, okay, which causes the contraction. Okay, so here in the case of neuroproxia, we have to stimulate below the site of lesion. For example, in the case of carpal tunnel syndrome, that is median nerve is compressed at the tunnel, and also Saturday night palsy, the radial nerve is compressed at the radial groove. Then we have to stimulate below the level of compression. Okay. So next one is the severe motor nerve. When a nerve has been severed, so the degeneration of axon takes place. So here we can see. So degeneration of axon takes place. So Faradic currents are given during earlier part of degeneration and the later part of regeneration. So in severe motor nerve, we have to give Faradic type of currents during the earlier part of degeneration. Okay, that means normally the regeneration will take some 80 days after some any cuts. Okay, so earlier and after a regeneration we have to give Faraday type of currents. Okay, next therapeutic function is improved venous and lymphatic drainage. So as we have already discussed in the physiological effects, that is Faraday current contraction always mimics the normal muscle contraction. So the pumping action of the alternate muscle contraction and relaxation and of the joint movement results in the increased venous and lymphatic return. Hence it is also used in the treatment of edema, that is called reduction of swelling. Okay, this is, and also sometimes it is used for gravitational ulcers also. And the next function is the prevention and loosening of adhesions. So when there is effusion into the tissues, adhesions are liable to form. So if adhesions are formed, the movement at that structure will not take place. Some tightening feeling is occurred, and it is going to obstruct the movements at that part. So such structure should not be formed. So by giving Faraday type of currents, it is going to prevent the formation of adhesions, or if the adhesions are forming, it is going to loosen these adhesions. How it takes place means, so if any adequate active exercise is not possible, electrical stimulation may be used for this purpose. Okay. So when there is effusion into the tissues, and adhesions are liable to form, which can be prevented by keeping the structures moving with respect to each other. So this can be done by this electrical stimulation. Adhesions which have formed may be stretched and loosened by muscle contractions. Okay, for example, scar tissue binding the muscles or tendons. We can also found another therapeutic effect called as counter irritation. The Faraday current may be used to relieve pain by counter irritation. If a strong Faraday current is applied in the region of sensory nerve which conducts pain transmission, the nerve adaptation takes place and its conductivity is reduced. When the stimulation ceases, the nerve returns to its previous condition, but it is found that the excitability is reduced and some relief of pain is obtained. Okay, these are all the therapeutic effects of the Faraday current. In the next session, we are going to discuss about modified DC, that is galvanic type of currents. Thank you.